Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris Newbie Tutorial Series, Episode 7. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's the year 2285. We're on the brink of war with these ding-dongs. The opinion map, you can see. These guys really don't like us. These guys are machine exterminators. But these folks here, the Udkavango, have been named a couple of our systems. So what I'm trying to do right now is finish my constructors grabbing the useful outposts and the useful systems to grab all these resources. We're going to finish that. Then we don't have to expend any more influence claiming these systems. Complete. And then we can just bankroll it and start claiming all their systems right here. So research station output has now been cranked up. Improved deflectors and the plasma accelerator. Those are very... Oh, research station from researchers. This is cheap. Oh, and it's also computing. We're just going to grab that. We're taking a little hit on some things up here. They're not big hits, but they're enough that I'm paying attention to it. I'm not
special project complete.
Houter, this guy. Special project was complete. We have completed the modifications to the robot miner species. So that's nice. So that boosted that a little bit. So all of our we don't have a lot of fast robots.
Construction complete.
What we have is a lot of robot. We have 30 robot miners, 19 robot farmers, and then several more fast robots that we can turn into something else. It really need to be robot farmers, but we're waiting. We're in the process of converting over our species there to that, and then this planet right now, I think, is complete. Look, we have some unemployed people and we have some unemployed fast robots. And I have no strain reports from Sidenope. You're receiving strange reports from our observers above Sidenope 3. One of the native kingdoms has rallied under a mysterious religious figure, and we have seen evidence of them using advanced technology far beyond the current level of development. Could this be related to our missing scientist? Perhaps it is. I'm going to shuffle off 3 more people here. 3 more robots to our Gaia world. Fast robots. And we've lost this person. And I'm going to grab this guy to take over. This construction ship's getting so close to being done. Yes. Awesome. Where are you? What are you? Oh, you're waiting. Okay. He's gonna be the guy who does all the research here when we start to blow things up. Pelter, we transferred some ships over here. I mean, some robots. And we need to give them jobs. So we have one Bioforge Supremacy person. First thing we're going to build is a mining district, and the second thing we're going to build is another mystic shrine. You can put one of these on every planet. I'm so surprised by this. I love it, though. This is awesome. I mean, I need consumer goods more than I need a shrine, but, you know. Our scientist. Okay, so we're going to grab this guy because he has expertise in field manipulation. And that's going to make this ship down here need a scientist. Oh, computing. Hold on then. Let's put the computing. He's 31%. Let's put the computing guy on there. That gets him 42%. Matching. Matching is good. So we can put that dude back on the ship. And we can go to that science vessel. And we can say, go back here and... Wait a minute. Go back here and assist research on that. Thank you. Yay. Technology. First few times I played the game, I never worried about getting their expertise to match up with what was being researched. This is some micromanagement, but it's more efficient, man. It's just more efficient. I'm not so worried about the -7 food because we have 10k banked. This is the thing. You can continuing to bother me. So that. Who died? A leader died. A scientist died. And
Construction
somebody who was
complete.
sitting, I guess, and doing nothing. You now have the job of going down here and building that starbase. And all we have left is... well, I guess
Research
we got this
complete.
stuff over here too. Railgun, finally done. Alright, what do we have? Mineral purification hubs. This boosts our miners. Mining station output. That's a nice thing to do. Minerals from miners. So, see, by using the expertise in industry, we ended up with 1, 2, 3 industry options available. I'm going to grab mining station output. And then we can also start upgrading these, depending on what they cost. The cost is 300. Okay. The one I want to upgrade then is this one.
Construction complete.
And that's actually not the end of the story. This is doing what? Trade? Okay. And this is a shipyard. Upgrade that. And you also upgrade it. It's taking a chunk out of my alloys, but these folks running out of housing. Fix that. This guy done there. I want him to go grab. Oh, he can't grab that though. Move
Research
there.
complete.
While you're waiting around to go to war. Go survey that. Physics researchers, great. That's done. What else? That didn't take very long, did it? Auxiliary fire control is cheap. 4,300. And everything else is pretty expensive except for the mining drone laser, which would be better if I had a particles person. So I do have a field manipulation person though for energy credits from technician. Let's grab this while we have that person researching. While we have the benefit of him being there. Let's see what this says. We have to keep an eye on these guys. Their fleet power is inferior compared to ours. Problem is, I can't do anything without cleaning. They're in the middle of a war with these guys over here. Presumably they have fighting over this section. And I want to go to war with these clowns before they either get too strong from defeating these guys or before the war gives up. I'm going to take advantage of their high war exhaustion with these guys already. So we're getting in that position. Here there's transports. Last episode we got them all here together. We pulled 5 off of each planet. They're all here. We're going to hit this button, merge. And they will all merge nicely together, and we'll move them there. We'll get them a general. Kepler, I'm not going to upgrade that one yet. Our naval capacity is at 120. So what I want to do is the second fleet down here. Not that fleet. What's this other fleet called? It's called the second wave. So the second wave, I want to get 10 more ships. So I want this guy. Alright. 10 more ships. 2 of those.
Construction complete.
There we go. Then I can just do reinforced fleet. Boink. Good job, dude. That's the last one over in this area. I need the gas technology. I need the gases. See how all of our different factions down here are doing. What do we have with these guys? It says, dull edge. Staying ahead of the curve and not allowing any fellow empires to be more than equivalent in tech level will please the committee. So, Science without borders. Signing research treaties with at least 3 other empires. Oh, really? Oh. These guys are an enclave, so they're not a
Construction
real
complete.
thing. These guys are. They're at war. Form a non-aggression pact and a commercial pact. They're not exactly accepted with that yet. This planet has more robot workers waiting for jobs. Well, you're just going to keep waiting, gentlemen, but we can upgrade the capital. And there's a food. Oh, we can put clone vats down. Let's do that. Pop growth speed plus 32%. Those are a good thing to have for a while. Okay, he's done. Go to the nearest space station and chill. You've earned it. Been busy.
System
What am
survey
I going to
complete.
need to claim all this? I'm going to need more than 1,000 probably. So let's see. Here's how you do this. When you want there, I was saying in the earlier episode, there's basically 2 ways to go to war. One way is you claim systems, and then you go to war and you capture those systems. And when you've captured them, then you try to settle for what's called a status quo.
Species modified.
You get the systems you've claimed because you've captured them. And that's how we're going to do this. I want to show that first. The second way is to first you have to ask the species to be your vassal, and they're going to reject that. And then you have to go conquer every single node in their empire. And once you do, if you can do that before the war exhaustion kicks in, they will submit and become your vassal. Then they become part of your empire, and they give you tribute, and they give you energy credits and all that kind of stuff. And then once they've been a vassal for 10 years, you can integrate them into your empire. That costs a whole boatload of influence and another 10 years worth of time. But then they actually become your empire. All these nodes flip over, and then you have to go through and nuke a bunch of their star bases and stuff like that, because you're going to go in the hole. But naval capacity, we're above what we want to be.
Construction complete.
My math ended up off, but it did. The science vessel over there is done, so he's going to go back in this direction. We got another tradition. Awesome. Private collector has somehow come into ownership of an ancient precursor artifact belonging to the Ute. Everyone has a price. Pay for it and get it. Ute home system located. Contact the nearest science ship.
Situation log updated.
Great. Okay, he's going to go. So where is the Ute home system at? Let's take a look at that. We finally finished that whole long quest line. The Ute home system. Uton. Track on the map. Oh, what do we have here? So, what do I need for a science ship? Where's my science ship? This guy. He goes to research projects and system. And there's one down here, too. But you go do that. Survey system. Says it's not surveyed. Let's go find out. This planet has a fast robot that's unemployed, so we'll give it a job at the mining district. Where is this planet? Oh, this planet doesn't have a commercial zone on it. Oh, we need to rectify that situation. And then the gene clinics, let's see, if we can we replace it with a clone vat. Clone vats, you lose 2 jobs doing that. That's the problem. You lose 2 jobs. This employs 2 people. But the pop growth speed is 33%, so. And this, yeah, I like that. Medical workers turn consumer goods into amenities and pop growth speed.
Research complete.
I'm going to replace that with clone vats on that planet. Diplomatic insult. Foul organics. Your shameless cell division is a blight upon the galaxy. Well, I suppose. Let's take care of the research. Research complexes. These are upgrades. And I kind of need those. So grab those because, again, it's cheap. It won't take long to research. And we have another tradition. So I should probably go finish expansion here. Grabbed these. Starbase upkeep, starbase influence cost reduced by 10%. Not really useful now that we've
Construction
expanded our empire,
complete.
but that's okay. This planet right here, grab more of those. And then Naval Logistics Office. See these little icons over here. This says this starbase has defense platforms that can be upgraded, and this starbase has additional modules or buildings that can be built. So we're gonna do that. Oops, I need anchorage on that. This one has defense platforms that can be upgraded. How much is it gonna cost? Only 58. So we'll 58 alloys. So we'll do that. Same thing with this one, probably 58 alloys. Look, and because we upgraded it to Starhold, now we can have 9 defense platforms. So that's probably something to invest in. So I think you can get them up over 20 if I remember correctly. Diplomatic grant affecting our empire has expired. That's fine. Not too concerned.
Research complete.
Mining station output plus 10%. Great. See, now we can get the Star Fortress. This is even bigger. We can get the cruiser, which is kind of important, but I need exotic gas refineries. We've been waiting on this one. We need that. And if I take a look at the technology, this is materials. Do we have anybody for materials? No. Is there anybody with materials we can hire? No.
Anomaly found.
So that's the bonus we're going to get for that. We need to get to the star bases. So these, now there's 3 shipyards on this thing. In addition to that, there's the Fleet Academy, which we can put down. Starting ship experience for 100. And the same thing with this shipyard. So, and give me a Fleet Academy. Research is complete. We got an extra civic slot and a system capital complex. Faction influence gain +1 and unlocks the deep space blacks. I love this. The Gene Warrior Army. And you notice down here we have a bunch of options now. You start the game with 3, but look where we've come. This says this technology will remain as a valid option until it's researched. So it's going to hang out there. Same thing with the energy siphon. We could get 2 more star bases. We could do blockers, which we need to do. There's a few that we still have to do. Habitability, which is nice. But this for faction influence gain +1, even if I don't get the deep space black site down, I want that. So this is the handshake, statecraft. I don't have a statecraft person. So we're just going to leave our current researcher on that. Give me influence, people. Give it to me. Oh, and we got unspent civics points. Alright, we don't have enough influence to do this, but we have another point left that we could do this with. So I gotta think about things that I would want to add here. Philosopher King, ruler level cap +2. Mining guilds, more minerals. This is always good. This is always a good choice. I don't have the 250 influence to do it though, because I'm trying to get ready to go to war. So I'm probably going to choose that mining thing. Yep, I'm probably going to choose that. Because there are a bunch of other ones down here, but we don't have the prerequisites like this. You need some degree of pacifist. Distinguished Admiralty. I always like this one. But you need to be some degree of materialist, and we switched to spiritualist through because I'd never done it before. Fanatic Purifiers. This is, yeah, ship fire rate, army damage +33%, ship cost reduced by 25%, naval capacity increased by 33%. This, being a fanatic purifier is awesome. You gotta have the fanatic xenophobe ethic, and you gotta be militarist or spiritualist. Well, we're spiritualist, but we don't have the fanatic xenophobe ethic, so fanatic purifiers is a fun way to play the game. Let's go. Purge the galaxy. Purge them, I say. Got this guy. Right click on him. Tell him to research. Assist with the research on Powder. Look at our unity now is over 200. Man, those shrines are doing great.
Situation log updated.
Invisible death. Our excursion into this van labs has progressed our engineering research. Research options gain super solid materials and super solid materials plus 30%. L-Gate Insights. Something of a breakthrough has been reached in the Bioforge Supremacy scientific community regarding the extragalactic sonified signal one of our science ships recently analyzed. Well, in full meaning of the sonified equation embedded in the signal still eludes us, Bioforge Supremacy scientists on our homeworld have been able to match enough of the transmission's data on subspace harmonics to the technology observed in the mysterious L-Gates. So we get L-Gate Insights. So the L cluster, we have 3 of 7. That's good. We don't want to pop that too soon. And there's been peace between these clowns. So they're no longer at war. They're inferior to us. The Ute homeworld. We have confirmed the Euthan Majoris was the original homeworld of the Ute. Planet suffered extensive orbital bombardment roughly 4 million years ago. Twisted metal skeletons were all that remained in massive arcologies that once covered the surface. From what we can piece together, it seems the Utes spent the better part of millions years searching local space in vain for signs of intelligent alien life. When they had finally encountered the Jabardini, a young race that had only recently achieved interstellar travel, their alien psychology was a tremendous shock. The Ute leadership reached a consensus. So the Jabardini had to be eradicated before they grew too powerful. A massive surprise attack was launched, which was beaten back at great cost for both sides. Despite their young age, the Jabardini were already experimenting with technologies the Ute had never considered, and eventually they gained the upper hand. For less than a decade of warfare, the 2-million-year-old Ute Empire was utterly destroyed. We get a bunch of Unity. Look how much Unity we get. Oh my gosh. Energy credits gain 2,000 and minerals gain 2,000. Cha-ching. That gives us automatically another tradition. So, for expansion, Starbase upkeep reduced by 20% or administrative capacity increased by 20. I'm going to grab this. And we'll see what that does for us. That's fantastic. And that science ship is there and is there. Yes. Survey the system and go research that project. Perfect. Oh, he's already over there doing it. Never mind. Where are you? No. You can go back over here. No. Actually, I want you to go over here. Go there. Fantastic. Ooh, and our energy credits have bumped up now. That's awesome. Okay.
Construction complete.
Things are going well. We're about ready to make a big plunge here. We can upgrade our capital building. This planet is all research all the time. Oh yeah, and it's got moat harvesting traps. I am going to do that. I want to get those on this planet for sure. Alright, no, so earlier I was speaking about this. Let's take a look at claims. To claim this system cost us 50. And then the further away from your homeworld you get, the more it costs you. So
system survey
we don't
complete.
have enough to really. I want to claim all the way up to here. The Keyhines system. I want to claim all the way up to there. That's going to take a lot of influence. But if we had 1,000 influence, we could probably get really close to doing it. So I would love to do it and create a choke point right there for that. That'd be fantastico. So he came down here, he did this. This is the Ute homeworld. It has all of this stuff. Who is this? The exterminators? Hey. Close borders. You guys can't be here. This is mine. You have to go. End of the month, you have to go. Let's see if it happens. Vul refugees fleeing from the Great Craft Technocracy have arrived. Awesome. Vul refugees arrive. Flotilla of transports carrying Vul refugees from the Great Craft Technocracy have arrived in space. They have been allowed to settle on Potra 2. These unfortunate outcasts were forcefully expelled from their homes by the Krath authorities. Traveling to assist in the system since. Well, we have an open policy, so they're welcome here. Medkaresh can upgrade its capital. It has 7 unemployed pops, which is not great. It's got 1 BIOS supremacy person and a bunch of fast robots. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to resettle a bunch of them on Poacher 2. We don't need this slot right now. In fact, yeah, fast robots.
Construction complete.
Going to send all of them to Poacher 2 because we have all of these open.
Construction complete. Research complete.
Yes, great. Research complex is awesome. That's what we needed. X-ray laser. The Research Institute. These are 1 per planet. They boost the research by 15%. I like that. I definitely want that. The question is, what do I want more? This or unlocking the X-ray laser? I think since it matches up with computing and that's what I have in the slot right now, I'm going to take this. I'm going to go back to Poacher 2 and I'm going to say, you need consumer goods, my friend. I'm going to have you build 1 consumer good building and another alloy foundry. And that should, when all these things are done, it should employ all your pops. And in fact, we're raking in the minerals. So I'm going to move the civilian industries to the top, and they're going to be employed first. Then I'm going to move alloys up, so that it's the second thing that gets made. Oops. I don't click on it and make it go away. This will be the second thing that's made, so that both of these start generating these goods up here before we start worrying about creating the mining jobs for the robots. So that, and then on our Empire Capital, we've unlocked the last slot. Unfortunately, almost everybody here. Oh no, we have 5 Bioforge Supremacy. Great. Well, what I really need is a building I don't have yet. Okay. Well, what I like to do on all of these worlds is put a stronghold down. I'm going to put a stronghold and we'll replace the robot assembly plant later. This only provides 2 jobs is the problem. I'm going to build an alloy foundry and we'll adjust this later.
Complete.
We will adjust it later as we get the tools we need through research. This guy, he's all done there. Wait, oh, there's a thing in the system. Research that anomaly. How many anomalies do I have? Just the 1. What are you doing? You need to go down here and grab all this, dude. And how are we doing for these people? Their fleet power is inferior. What I'm going to do is claim that, and that. I'm going to go straight for a line. I don't care about these 2 systems here yet. I'm going to make that claim. So that lets him know I'm claiming that stuff.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
This bastion, where is this at? This is a Chilean station. Put a naval logistics office in there. That'll get me really close to having max capacity there. This is Starbase defense platforms that can be upgraded.
Construction complete.
We can upgrade.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
And if it seems like I'm being overly cautious about this whole war thing, it's because I've learned through the pain of experience that that is how you should do it. Rushing into war, even when you're thinking, man, I really want to go get these guys, is just a recipe for disaster. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing. Grimacing. Adds Grimacing modifier, or spend energy credits to attempt to stabilize the planet in a more favorable state with roughly a 50% chance of success. I always do this. What planet is this? It says officer assures the tectonic processes as fascinating as it. What is more interesting to the Biofort supremacy is that we may be able to strategically halt the planet's ceaseless chaotic self-transformation. The very geological structure of Haldus 1. Okay, hold on. Haldus, where is this at? Right there. Yeah, if this will give us a planet, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Tactical terraforming failed. The window of opportunity for terraforming Haldus 1 is closed despite their best efforts to identify it in time. Another opportunity is unlikely to rise. Okay, so we failed. Well, it's a coin flip, so there you go. Generator. I don't have something selected on here, and that's a mistake. It needs to be mining load. That'll give me a 20% boost to my miners on that
Construction
planet.
complete.
That's what we want, and in fact, we can sell more of these now. So that's nice. Keeping that going. You're there, construction shelter. Yep, you did it. Okay. Lots of mining and research to get from. Look at that. Getting the Ute home system is always really nice. Want to look at technology, see how close we are in gas refineries. 28 months away, because there is a gas, there's 5 gas right there, and then there are various ones scattered around here. We have, like, I think 2 other slots that have some of it. So exotic gas refineries, faction influence gain, getting close, 9 months away on that. It's getting more influence will help us. Our monthly gain is 4.7. It was 5.85, but we've used some for research, non-aggression, and commercial packs. So, and the only other people I would like to even have a pact with are these guys. Everybody else is either
Construction
an enclave
complete.
or somebody basically hates us.
Construction complete.
What is this science ship doing? You did the research on that planet? Great. Okay. Then you can come here. Assist the research on that planet. 147 influence. I'm McDonald's. I'm loving it. I know that's a really bad joke. I'm sorry. When you do a tutorial series for this long, when you do a Let's Play, you kind of have to have a sense of humor. Close to having our name capacity. Be correct. You can see right here on this screen, it says Titan 01 and Colossus 01. Those are end game things, and they're quite fun. Can't wait to show you all of that. I hope those of you who are watching this to learn something. You can always. I'm going to go through these videos and try to put timestamps for useful things for you to see in these videos, so you can just click on the next video in the series and maybe look at the description and say, oh yeah, he's covering Titans in this one. Okay, I want to watch this one. I haven't been very good about that lately, but I will definitely be
Construction
retroactively
complete.
to fix that. This planet
Research complete.
This planet has everything on it except something. It has no factories or research or anything. So I gotta put something on there. We lost a scientist on a ship. So I'm gonna go, oh, we got a physics guy. Great. Okay. Because the current technology is this. Unlock Research Institute. This finished. We're gonna earn our additional influence gain. So naval capacity from soldier jobs. Clear blockers. I need to finish blocker clearing. Ship upgrade cost and ship upkeep 5%. That's important. I'm going to do the blockers, and I think we have a flag waving guy. Yep, we do. So we switch him out. That gives us 60%, 67% speed on that. Okay, and this guy can go assist research here. So send him back to do that. This planet, yeah, I've got gene clinics on it. Oh, I have one alloy foundry on it. Okay. In that case, make another one. Oh, and what does it have? Fuming bogs. These build mass gas extraction ones, but we need to get those down. Oh, but we don't have the tech yet. That's right. Okay. In that case, elephant. Right. Alloy foundry. Yeah, so, and then, yeah, I'd really like to reform my government here. What is this? Yeah, mining guilds. This is what I'm going to choose next. Functional architecture is also nice because reduces the upkeep for all buildings and districts by 10%. When you're playing wide, this is actually really huge.
Construction complete.
I might actually take that. It certainly becomes useful later on. And when you're playing a big wide empire like I am, that's one to have. I'm going to keep him hanging out here. There's 10 energy credits that he's not able to grab there. Oh, because this planet, you can't build gas extraction wells on it yet. Well, that technology is coming. It's almost here. Right there. It's 9 months away. As soon as he's done, then he'll get those energy credits too. And then we're hemorrhaging a little bit of the old food situation here. Which reminds me, what are we looking at for technology? Clearing blockers.
Construction complete.
It's society engineering. So if we go to species and we say, give us more robot farmers on planets that have farms, like this planet right here. It's only 6 pops. So it actually shouldn't take that long to do. 18 months, I'm going to hit cancel. Bioforge Supremacy. Hello, friends. You may not recognize me as the scientist that went missing on Sidine Hope 3. My sudden disappearance was quite intentional, I assure you. The natives here have come to see me as something of a god. And why shouldn't they? After much deliberation, I have decided to bring true civilization to these savages. You will report for immediate extraction. What's gotten into you? I was tired. Tired of short-sighted ethical constraints, tired of the ridicule I suffered at the hands of my peers. Most of all, I was tired of passive observation. Ah, what nonsense. It is our duty to interfere with primitive cultures, to guide and shape them into something useful. Observing quietly from a distance is just a shameful way of skirting responsibility. You will report for immediate extraction. It's too late for that, I'm afraid. I'm done taking orders from those beneath my station. My intellect was at your disposal, but you chose to squander it. Here I am treated with the respect I deserve. This is my home now. With my knowledge and the technical schematics I brought with me, I will jumpstart this culture and shape it into something great. Okay. Well, so be it there, Punky Brewster. Oh, and we got another tradition. Let's see, we can go down, expansion, administrative capacity, that gives us another slot here. Galactic force projection, naval capacity plus 80 and field command limit 20. I love this, and this is what I'm probably going to take. Claim influence cost minus 25% though, is minus 20% is really nice. One vision, monthly unity plus 10% pop amenity usage, minus 10% governing ethics attraction plus 50. This is also, I like that. Consecrate world. I like that. Imperial prerogative. This I feel like should be a bigger number. Administrative capacity plus 30. If you're going to help wide empires, make this like 200. Otherwise it's like, eh. Shared destiny. That's nice for integration. Galactic force projection. I'm picking that. That just, boom, jumped our naval capacity way up, which means I can go down here and I can maximize my fleets. So, oh, look at this. This is going to be beautiful. It's going to be a thing of beauty. Okay. First and second wave. First wave can have more ships. In that case, you can do that. Then you can also have, let's see. You can do that. That's going to cost you probably all the alloys we have. But it's going to make these guys pathetic, and we're going to be able to storm them. Modify species project failed. That's okay. We'll modify them later. I'm not concerned about that. I didn't want to take the time out of the
Research complete.
Yeah, because of this. Alright, research complete. Exotic gas refineries, which are awesome. L-Gate insights gained. We can do that. City district housing +1. That's actually more important. And gas extraction wells is more important than that. So this is materials. Do we have anybody who can do materials? Nope. Do we recruit? We can recruit someone who does materials. So we're going to do that and leave ourselves with a scientist that's just going to be idle. But we're doing that because 67%. It's going to go very fast. We are maxed out on minerals. So we're going to sell 5,000 of those. We have this construction ship over here. At the end of the month, these gas extraction... do that yet? What technology did we just unlock? Gas extraction wells. Oh, and exploit resource. So we're waiting for this. Okay. Alright. You can stay there then. You are gonna assist research right there. Thank you. Oh yeah, baby. This is gonna be nice. Obviously, having a bigger naval capacity is not a magic bullet. Now we have to pay for it. You still have to pay for your ships, but this is going to allow us to
Construction complete.
have a very big fleet and just run down here and start stomping. So that's what's going to happen probably next episode. I thought it might happen this episode, but I want to take my time and do this right. Plus we need more influence. We're earning 5.35 now. After the cost of our packs. So we go to claims, we can see what this looks like. We can start claiming these systems here. So what I want to do is I want to claim a straight line through here and get these all the way up to here. And then as we go to war, we're going to be earning influence while we're at war. This is going to take some time, and then I'll go back and I'll claim these two systems. But right now, the most important thing is getting all the way up to there. So we go to there, that claims 125. And then we're just going to very quickly go to war with him. We're going to grab right up to there. That's all we're going to do. And then we're going to settle for status quo. And this will give us a chunk. And then we're going to just chunk him. Probably the next chunk will be like up here or something. I want a little bigger fleet here to deal with the backdoor possibility. I could send this fleet all the way up there and help and have them merge. That might be the biggest thing. Go up there and do that. Go merge with them. And close borders from the Great Craft Technocracy. I don't care, you guys are on the other side of the galaxy. Tile blockers is done. We have these other tile blockers we have to worry about. Fleet command limit. That allows me to have even more ships. Right now we can have a maximum of 70 logistics. This should bump it up to 90, which is really nice. Starbase capacity +2. I'm going to grab the administration capacity actually, because expertise, new worlds. You can see what our administration capacity is up here. Our total empire sprawl is 208. Our current admin capacity is 70. Our tradition adoption cost is now at 69%. Last time we checked, it was just barely below 50. So sprawling has its, that's the word. Disadvantage, the what I call silly tax. And I wrote this in a comment on one of the first episodes of this series. Somebody asking about wide versus tall in my thoughts, and I have a very strong opinion about this, because what Stellaris is a really awesome empire simulator. It's fantastic at what it does. Build another one of these. Let's see. And as an empire simulator, I mean, this is awesome. And this is what building your empire is. Like, we're 7 episodes into this now. We're closing in on the year 2300, and we haven't even gone to war yet. it's not a war simulator. It's an empire simulator, and an empire, just the word empire evokes gigantic. And yet there are people who play this game who are like, well, I just want to manage 3 planets because micromanagement is hard and it's tedious and but I want to be viable. You know what? Go play Doom. That's my advice to you. Go play Fortnite or whatever it is that appeals to your quick twitch ADHD brain. Because if you can't appreciate this game for what it is, then you just shouldn't be playing it. Like, I personally don't like battle royale games. I'm not a fan. Anything from Fortnite to Apex Legends to whatever, I don't like those games. And I could easily start complaining and say, make them more like an MMO and make them more like this and make them more like that.
Construction complete.
They do what they do really well, and people love playing those games. It's moronic to complain about what a game does really well and want the developers to change the game to fit your particular tastes. You need to find a different game. And so Paradox, of course, chasing every single little dollar that they have, that they want to get, is like, oh sure, we're going to make it so that you can have these 3 little planets and be as viable as this through the Empire Sprawl tax. Thanks, Paradox. You just took your own game, which does this empire building thing really well, and made it suck like the NBA. It's the luxury tax. You want a large empire, you're going to pay the luxury tax. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I find this annoying. This is annoying. But it is what it is. You know, it's the Paradox has decided to do it that way. So that's their prerogative to listen to that subsection of the player base to say, I don't want to manage these things. You know, this is, and yeah, it's when you start to take over a lot of this map, and I'll take over a lot of this before we get to the year 2500. It's a lot of planets to manage, yes. But that's what I like about the game. It's an empire management game. If I want to take 4 heroes and go on an adventure, I'll play something like Divinity Original Sin 2, or if I want more war, I might play something like Galactic Civilizations 3, which is so war heavy now. Everybody attacking everybody all the time. This is an empire management tool. It's about building all these planets and building this empire out the way that you want to be as strong as possible. You know, it's managing this resource bar is what it is, but it's fun. This is like the ultimate spreadsheet simulator. Let's see this planet here. We could put clone vets down. They need more housing. They do need that, and we're going to put something down here. This is what? Molt harvesting trout. The planet can support 2 of those. So I'm going to put another one down, and then I'm going to do some more housing. I, in general, like to have at least 6 city districts. And that is because they're later on, their numbers of housing that they support are going to go up to 8.
Research complete.
This helps you house all these things over here. So I like to have at least 6 city districts. Research Institute, awesome. The Plasma Accelerator. So here's the thing. Oh, we got the Energy Nexus as an upgrade for the technicians. Gravitonic sensors and a listening post. Anti-matter reactor. Rogue scientist with all this power. We have received alarming reports from the surface of Sidenope 3 that it looks like our rogue scientist is consolidating power. He has given one of the feudal kingdoms across access to advanced weaponry, and they are now in the process of conquering the rest of the planet in his name. Plan has been put forward to remove him from power, but it will require significant ground forces. There is no telling what effect this will have on the native population, as many have come to see him as a god. The operation is a go. Remove him. Extract rogue scientist. It would only make things worse. I'm going to go with that, and we're going to see what happens. I've never made that choice before. I'm going to choose this. It's 29% if I leave Mr. Computing Expert on it, but we grab the physics guy. So I'm going to do that. switch them out, and that bumps it up to 42%, which is just, I love that you can swap those guys out and get a bonus out. I like any game that gives me an advantage in doing something like that. If you're gonna take the effort to swap it, there's an advantage to it. And I like that. This place needs more housing for sure. And in fact, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna build ahead, build these 3 things. So sorry about the little rant there on tall versus wide. I just find the whole thing, I find the whole notion absurd, because the root of the notion of I want to play tall is I don't want to play your game
complete.
The way it's designed. That's the root of it. So, Star Fortress or the cruiser. I want the cruiser. And I have, he's 52%, and if I go take and I put my, oh, I don't have that person anymore. He perished. I don't have him. So he's just going to have to do that job. Gas extraction wells, thank you. Now you can build these. Anyway, I feel like that's the root of the problem with the tall versus wide debate, is that people don't want to play the game the way it's designed. And my thought process all the time, as a software developer myself, and as someone who's built mods and built game engines and things like that, my thought process always is, if you don't like somebody's creative art, if you don't like their product, go get something else. Don't bitch and make them change it to suit you. That just irks me. So it's just a really strange thing for me. Really strange. This is a tundra world, and the reason why it's green now that we can colonize is because we have enough of the Vool in our empire that we could tell them to go colonize this planet. They have a short leader lifespan, and their pop housing usage is up. They have a governance and ethics attraction of 30%. They have research. Ooh, they're good researchers. And they have a tundra preference, so they could go colonize that world for us. And we're going to say, sure, go do it. Except we're not going to call it Prime. I don't know why the game doesn't just do this. Meanwhile, I'm basically just getting ourselves influence built so we can go here and lay claim to this. We're going to go to war next episode. I promise you, we're going to war. This planet, Biofort Supremacy, they have peoples. So, oh, they don't have a Numismatic Shrine like that. Those shrines have been awesome. We're going to get up to 300 unity here in a bit. What is this? The Stellaris Commonwealth Independent. They colonized them. They paid the influence cost to get those right there in the middle. Oh my goodness. The Stellaris Commonwealth. Oh my gosh, their big section is over here, and they've been paying to gobble at the small pieces around the empire. That's a lot of influence to do that. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. He's done. I'd like to spend the influence and get this, but I don't see right now when I'm trying to save up to go make more claims, because the claims are going to be expensive. Look here. We could grab... Their homeworld is right here. This is going to cost 175, and this one's going to cost 175. So we're going to need 350 to grab both of those. We lost our uh-oh. Okay. I guess I should address this. Rise in unemployment on Bioforge Prime. And you can either institute increased benefits of giving the following effects. Unemployment pop consumer upkeep +2. We're at 13 plus, so this isn't a bad deal. Or we can let criminals and crime goes up 15, and we get 1 criminal job per 33 planet crime. I'll institute the increased benefit, but I usually just let the criminals run around. Usually. So, yes, we have a new boss we need to hire. So this is a little bit of a bummer, because I didn't want to spend that influence to hire somebody new. So let's see what's going on. Let's see if we can just not worry about it this time. This guy, expansionist, Corvette cost. I don't see anybody that has a really bad negative as far as like xenophobe or anything. He's busy commanding the second wave. He wants to claim influence cost. That'd be nice. Okay, Mel Upial is the guy that we want. This defense platform guy, that's also fine. I would take him. So Mel or Hema and Unity from Jobs would also be fine. Any of these guys would be fine, but Tefe would be the least important one. So abstain. Who do we get? Mel. Yay! We got Mel. All right, that's awesome. So we got him. He's going to be colony ship build cost, which we just created a colony ship, so this would be great. Or we're in the process of building one. Colony development speed plus 25%, so that'll be great. That'll happen sooner. It's got edict cost duration and edict cost cheaper and the duration's longer. It's great. Okay. That'll work. That will totally work. Right. This is setting itself up nicely. The food thing is a little bit of a situation. So I'm going to do this.
Construction complete.
I need more food. Let's see how that works out at the end of the month. Because I don't like the idea of hemorrhaging that much food. Ruler gained a trait. He has now gained the Eye for Talent trait. Leader level up and leader experience gain. Great. And then we just got another tradition. Fantastic. So we could go down the diplomacy line. Domination. Capital buildings provide 1 housing each. I like that. Foresters reduce crime. Resource output from workers is increased by 5%, and ruler level cap. These are domination's great. Empire trade value, market fee, base trade protection, and federal. And we're not in a federation. I feel like going down this line is a little less useful than adopting domination and taking that, or adopting prosperity. Building upkeep and district upkeep reduced by 10%. That's nice. They have their build costs reduce. Cities, districts provide 1 additional housing. This is really nice. We need that. City districts provide 1 additional clerk job. Specialist outposts. Both of these are great. So I'm going to start adopting and taking from those. Because we're not in a federation, so I just don't feel like that other thing is as important yet. Monthly unity plus 5%. I mean, 5% of what? 5% monthly gain is 220. Ooh. So 5%, that's another 10 a month. Kind of want to take this, and what's it say? Lead to further advancements in the fields of psionics. So tempting. Commerce megaplexes. Clearing blockers, which I know we still got some planets with blockers. I'm going to do this, though. You're going to research this, buddy.
Incoming transmission.
And a trade deal offer. They're going to give us energy credits and minerals for nothing. Awesome. They like us a little bit more. These guys, their fleet power is inferior. Okay. Still in that situation. So as this episode comes to a close, what's going on here? Still hemorrhaging food. Oh no, I'm selling. That's why. Cancel this. Cancel that. I'm an idiot. That happens. Let's see what the end of the month looks like. There we go. We're up to 12 there, and he's at the 18 energy credits. Okay. Hoter.
Construction complete.
2. This planet is doing really well. I'm going to do ally factory.
Colonization in progress.
Great. Colonization. Super. This here we can upgrade.
Construction complete.
Oh, I can't. We can add more defense platforms. Okay. I'm going to add more of those, and the same thing up here. More defense platforms.
Construction complete.
Alright. And where is the ships? Oh, they're both up there. Join together, Voltron. Now they are a fleet of 40. Fantastic. What's their upgrade cost? 420? Their upgrade station is right there, so they're gonna do that since it's so close. This construction ship is done doing its constructing. This is open borders from the Great Craft. Where's the Great Craft? They're at -5, so they're probably going to close their borders in like 5 seconds. This planet has a bunch of fast robots on it, and then another slot here, and this is just a foundry kind of planet. So build a civilian industry. Oh, what's it got down here? Human bog. These are max gas extraction wells, so we're going to do that. I said in my planetary management video, whenever you get special...
War declared.
Whenever you get rare planetary features, you want to take advantage of them because the maintenance cost on those things is cheaper. So the Udkavango, whatever, the Udkavango People's Republic have gone to war against the Vul again. And the Vul are getting split up here, look. They're getting split up by the Great Craft Technocracy. So these guys are in jeopardy of getting ganked, and we don't want that to happen. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to claim this system, and then I'm going to end this episode, and next episode we're going right to war. So that's where we're at on that. So folks, that's episode 7. As always, I hope you guys like the content. If you dig this tutorial series, hit the like button on the video. If you want to see more tutorials from me, hit the subscribe button on my channel. And if you have a question or comment, drop it down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.